Hello Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. This reading is going to look at the energies from the 8th to the 14th of June, or roundabout then and a little bit beyond then, because timing is fluid. I just want to quickly say, please check out a recent reading and video I put out looking at all of the air signs, which includes yourself, Gemini, and how the planetary activity at this time is impacting on yourself or influencing yourselves. So there's lots going on up there, so please do check out the air signs to do with planetary influences that I published very, very recently. I think you'll find that quite interesting. So let's crack on with this current reading for yourself, Gemini. I have done a pre-shuffle. This is just a final shuffle for you. And we'll see what the Fairy Oracle cards have to say today, or for that time. So at the heart of your reading, Gemini, we have Geo the Slow. Now, Geo the Slow is, as it said on the tin really, that there is no movement. Things are very slow at the moment, and I think we can acknowledge that that's the same for a lot of people around the globe at this time with the current lockdown that's been in place, although I think things are starting to ease a little bit. But this is your current energy. Now, as a Gemini, being an air sign, very much of the mind, I think this perhaps is a little bit of a challenge for you, Gemini. We will see what's in your challenge position in a minute, but your current energy is things happening, moving very slowly. Geo the Slow is quite content, nestled down in the ivy, in nature, and he knows, he's very wise, and he knows that things will get moving soon enough. So he's quite happy to sit back and watch the world go by. And I think perhaps that's what you are realising that you're having to do at this time, Gemini, and whilst things get sorted out, ready for things moving forward again. It will mean something different for all of you, Gemini, so it will perhaps resonate more with some of you than with others. All right, so that's your current energy. So the challenge you've got here is the Soul Shrinker. Now, the Soul Shrinker energy, this is when people's words, spoken perhaps without thought, can affect us. Like the arrow getting through our armour to our heart, if you like. And every time that happens, the energy of this card is it shrinks our soul a little bit if we allow it to. So this is about, sometimes it's words spoken in malice. It could be on a global level when we're reading so much about what's happening around the globe at this time. Such a lot of negative energy, isn't there? And things coming to the surface, which is what the planets in retrograde are contributing to, things coming up to the surface to be dealt with. But it's difficult, isn't it, Gemini? And every time we read something or see something, it has a little bit of an impact, doesn't it? So that's what the soul shrinker is acknowledging, the difficult energies around the planet and around us in our own lives, how it affects us, each one of us, in different ways to different degrees according to our character, personality, position at birth, and so on. So this has come in your challenge. So this is proving a challenge for you at this time. The negative energies around and things that you're perhaps reading and looking at. So a little bit of a challenge for you at this time. It's not going to last forever. All right, it's just how it is having a little bit of an impact on your energy at this time. So what's in your power? Well, we've got the Maiden. Lovely. This is a new energy. This is about new beginnings, going back, perhaps stripping layers back to our inner child and trying to look through the eyes of children, which is always really, really helpful and rejuvenating and gives promise to situations. So it's looking through the innocent eyes of a child and looking at things anew. Looking at things anew. If you have children around you, young children, then you know exactly what I mean about that. So you'll be feeling that on a daily basis, the wonder of life, the wonder of seeing something for the first time, and how wonderful that is. But without the children connection around you, this is about taking a step back from the heaviness of global energies and what's happening, and just taking a step out of that at times. I think we all need to, because it can become too heavy individually, and that doesn't serve anybody's purpose, but it certainly doesn't serve yourselves, Gemini, on an individual basis. So in your power position, how to deal with the soul shrinker energy is to step back and tap into your inner child and look at the wonders of life, look at the magic in life, all the positive things around you, children, and going out into nature, wildlife. When something magical happens, when something wonderful is spoken. So this is within your power, and this is something that's recommended for you to do, to assist you going through these lower energy times. All right, Gemini, that's lovely. So what else is in your power? Well, we have the Singer of Initiation. So there's something happening within you and around you where you are bringing lots of experiences together, bringing different facets of different parts of yourself together, externally and internally. And I look upon this as a little bit of the apprentice card, when we are having to learn, read, test ourselves, practice, if you like, and then take exams ready for moving on as a professional. So at the moment you're in the initiation stage of something, so it's going to be different for all of you, Gemini, so however it resonates with you. But there's certainly a universal energy pushing you forward in a certain area, in a specific area, Gemini. You will know what this means. You will know what it is. So there's something happening, an energy happening, of bringing all facets of all your past experiences, current experiences, knowledge and intellect, bringing it all together, ready for going forward, perhaps in a new way of thinking, a new way of doing. All right, so this is in your power at this moment. You are very much a sign of the mind. You're a deep thinker, an intellectual, Gemini, in the main, good communicator on, in all different ways. So it's not a surprise that this has come out in your power position, the Singer of Initiation. Beautiful energy. And so the outcome is, now then, this is Luathos the Wild. Now, Luathos the Wild, the energy he brings forward, he wants things done now. He wants to spring forward. He doesn't want to stop and think about it. He wants to get on with it and do it. And this energy is around you. And sometimes that's fine, isn't it? Just to have an idea, go and do it. Don't think too deeply about it. Let's just do it. But on many occasions, it's not appropriate to do that. We need to give it some thought about what the next step is, about an idea that's come to mind, and how to put it into practice. So you have the energy. This is an outcome. This is in your outcome position. There's an energy that's urging you to do something quickly on impulse, if you like. And what this card is saying, you know, perhaps it's not appropriate to do that for yourself and for those around you. Perhaps you just need to take time to have a think about what to do next, how to put it into place, whether it's appropriate to actually go forward with that idea or not. This card isn't saying no, it's not saying you can't, it's just saying take your time and have a think about it. All right, okay, Gemini. So the other message that the universe and the fairy oracle want to say to you is, this is Mickle the Muckle. And again, Mickle the Muckle, it reminds me very much of the Maiden card. It's a similar energy, not exactly the same, but a little bit similar. So this is a very youthful energy. Mickle the Muckle just takes life as it comes, no stress, no hassle, quite content with his life, quite content wherever he is. At the moment it looks like he's on top of a toadstool, but if he falls off the toadstool, no problem. He'll be quite happy wherever he lands, on the leaf, in the bracken. He'll climb back up onto another toadstool, or climb up the tree, or whatever he wants to do. He takes life as it comes. He's not a stressor, he's not a worrier. So Mickle the Muckle has come forward just to say to you, sometimes this is what you need to do. All right, this is what you need to do, because we can't solve all of the problems all of the time. We cannot be responsible for everything. We can't hold ourselves responsible for everything that's going on around us, certainly for the things we're reading about globally. All right, and if we do take it on board too much, as a Gemini you could easily do because of your intellect and you're a deep thinker, then we can feel under this a cloud and quite weighed down, if you like, and then it's difficult then to see the light and see our way forward with everyday life, the things we have to be concerned about, and with the everyday life, within ourselves, within our families, and with our communities local to us. So, you know, sometimes we have to put global issues to one side and just focus on ourselves, our families, our communities, our friends, whatever your situation is, Gemini, whatever stage of life you're at. This is saying you will benefit enormously by being a little bit like Mickle the Muckle. Mickle the Muckle. Okay, a lovely energy. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to very, very quickly draw one more card for you from the Earth Spirit. And let's just get a final card, a final message for you from the Earth Spirit deck. Okay, one more card for Gemini. We have the rain card, which is purification, and when it rains it's lovely. It freshens the air, it washes all the debris away, out into the rivers, out into the sea, into the lakes, and that freshens the air. It gets rid of all that muck and grime, doesn't it? And it is like a purification. So it's about a purification of soul and spirit. And I love the fact this has come out, because this is about getting rid of this soul shrinker energy that has been impacting such a lot, and that is not good for it to continue. So the universe is sending us, it's a purification card to wash away all that grubbiness, all that heaviness. Let it wash away. Breathe in deeply. Go for walks. Go for lots of walks, which will ground you. Fill your body with oxygen. Breathe in deeply. And this is all we can do sometimes. And we need to look after ourselves, Gemini. We need to look after ourselves and those around us. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, Gemini. Please like and subscribe to my channel, which is free, but it means you'll be notified of future readings. Thank you so much for joining me, and do join me again in the future. Take care now. Bye bye.